Alright, welcome back. Sebastian here. So a bit of a delayed review, but I thought might as well get this done. So, second round of the Formula Regional Middle East Championship concluded this past weekend. Three races just like the last one, again at Yas Marina Circuit, but this time using the full Grand Prix layout, so the same layout as they use in Formula 1. Race 1, Tappinen started on pole with Barnard P2. John Bennett did not start the race, and it was a great start for Tappinen holding on to the lead. Boya had a really good start too, and he was through up to P2. Stenshorn was also up to P3, so Barnard having a really poor start. And then just to make matters even worse for Barnard, he would be spun around at turn 5, and he was sent all the way to the back of the field. With 25 minutes left in the race, Boya went a bit wide at turn 9, and it allowed Stenshorn to move up to P2. 20 minutes to go, Fiddly Green, I think basically had a puncture, and he basically had to go almost a full lap of the track to get back to the pits. So that was a bit tough for him. 19 minutes to go, Kamara made a really good overtake on Inter Pruvasak for P6. And then to make matters worse for Inter Pruvasak, Wharton overtook him as well shortly for P7. 18 minutes to go, Abkazava spun on the main straight, bringing out the safety car. 6 minutes later, the safety car ends. It was a pretty clean restart with Terrafil now moving up to P3. With 8 minutes to go, really great wheel-to-wheel action through the turn 9 between Tappinen and Stenshorn, but Tappinen stays P1. 5 minutes to go, Zachary David was up to P8 from 18th on the grid, so a really great race from him. 3 minutes to go, good battle between Ugochukwu and Bora for the final point paying position, which of course would be pole position in the reverse grid race 2. Let's see, where are we? Kamara overtakes Wharton as well, and DePaulo as well after Wharton goes too deep, and I believe the turn 7 that was. Final lap we go, Tappinen takes the checkered flag, wins his first Formula Regional race ever in his fourth Formula Regional race, so great for him. In the Pruvasak, let's see, where are we? Fittipaldi then also stopped out on track. So, your top 10 from that first race were Tappinen, Stenshorn, Boya. Now, who was P3 at the checkered flag, was given a penalty afterwards, I believe, for spinning Barnard around on the opening lap. So Boya P3, Kamara P4, Wharton P5, David P6, DePaulo P7, now P8, Inter Pruvasak P9, and Ugochukwu P10. So on to the second race we go. Of course, Ugochukwu finishing P10 in the first race, gets pole position with Inter Pruvasak P2. Really good tight start between the pair of them, as well as Teofil now, who is basically promoted to P3 because of his penalty in the first race. Really good start from him, and he was up to P1 after the opening corners, basically, going around the outside of turn 9. Mashio was in the barrier, so not great there. I believe he kept going, and then Tappinen and Stenshorn have a really great battle as well, continuing their fight from the first race. Barnard also got a really good start, up to 11th from 16th starting position, so great start from him. Inter Pruvasak also a really good start, up to P2. So at this point, Ugochukwu, not a great race so far, starting pole position now in P3. 24 minutes to go. David and DePaulo retire in the pits. I believe they made contact with each other. 13 minutes to go. The big moment of the race, we had kind of a moment where not a lot happened, but then the big moment of the race, Wharton spins Ugochukwu around to make his day even worse. Both of them had been a bit clumsy going through that turn 7-8 chicane. Basically, I believe Wharton went too deep. They both locked up, and then Wharton kind of parked it on the apex, and then Ugochukwu could have maybe gone a bit wider, but at the same time, Wharton was the one who spun him around. So all in all, a bit clumsy from both drivers there. And the safety car comes out as both drivers retire. That was a long safety car. Safety car ends with 4 minutes to go. Now goes very, very early, but Tappinen goes off track as well, but he stays P4. Barnard retires down the escape road, so not a great weekend continuing for Barnard. He basically, I guess he got damaged, and then basically went down one of the escape roads and just retired in there. 2 minutes ago, Kamara locks up at turn 7 and allowing Bowyer to get P3 at turn 9. So a really clever move there that Bowyer pulled off. 1 minute ago, Tappanen tries to overtake Kamara but not able to do so. But final lap of the race, Tappanen kind of basically does the same thing that Bowyer did lap before. Has a really excellent line out of turn 7. He basically has a really excellent line into turn 7. Not a great exit out of turn 8, but manages to keep enough momentum going that he's able to overtake Kamara at turn 9. Instead, Stenchorn follows him through to overtake Kamara as well, as now takes the checkered flag on that final lap. So your top 10 from that second race, now P1, Intel Pruvasak P2, Bowyer P3, Tappanen P4, Stenchorn P5, Kamara P6, Rinasella P7, Bador P8, Lindblad P9, and then Lyle P10. Race 3, final race. Tappanen on pole again, so really good qualifying this past weekend from Tappanen, and again Barnard on P2. Niall has a really good start, passes Barnard on the line at the start. Bowyer goes off track at turn 9, and Rinasella gets ahead, I believe, for P7, gets ahead of Bowyer, I believe there. 24 minutes to go, Inter Pruvasak and Maschio in the pits with some kind of damage. 22 minutes to go, Wharton is up to P3, overtaking Taylor Barnard. But Barnard repasses him in the next lap, so tight racing between the pair of them there. 19 minutes to go, the safety car comes out. Topias, is that his name? Taparis and Claro are out at the marina section. Basically, we had a whole bunch of crashes today, spoiler, at that basically one corner, I believe turn 12, but there's no camera angle, so we basically had a bunch of crashes with no footage, and we don't really know what happened other than these drivers didn't finish the race. So that's what happens at Formula Regional level. 11 minutes to go, safety car comes in. Really late restart by Tappanen. He basically bunches the whole field up. Going through that again, same stadium, same marina section. Bennett spins at turn 12. Basically gets stranded in the middle of the track. Luckily, he is able to restart. Great midfield racing between Liu and Bora. 8 minutes to go, Bowyer and Lindblad are both out, and we get the safety car again. Again, no camera. Last lap shootout, so that was a very long safety car. Kamara breaks his front wing, basically looks like it goes off the track somewhere in the barrier at turn 9. He basically has to trundle around the final lap. Pretty exciting final lap, but Tappanen takes the checkered flag to cap off a pretty dominant weekend at round 2 of Formula Regional Middle East. So, your top 10: Tappanen, Niall Barnard, Stenchorn, Wharton, Rinasella, Ugochukwu, Bora, Bador, and David. So, your championship standings after the second round of five weekends. Tappanen commanding lead at the top, 100 points. Stenchorn second with 88 points. But remember, he is not. I believe he's missing at least one weekend, so he's not really in the championship fight. Barnard P3, 69 points, effectively 31 points behind Tappanen. Niall P4, 56 points. Bowyer 5th with 54 points. Wharton 6th with 38. Intel Pruvasak 7th with 36 points. Lindblad 8th with 32 points. David 9th with 32 points. Kamara 10th with 30th with 30 points. A bit disappointing for a driver who is really strong in Formula Regional Europe last year. Ugochukwu 11th with 22 points. I think he's performed better than his points tally show. Of course, he got spun around that second race where he looked like he could have been on for a really strong result. Absakava 12th with 14 points. Rinasella 13th with 14 points. DePaulo 14th with 8 points. Bador 15th with 6 points. Bora 16th with 4 points. Delpino 17th with 2 points. Lyle 18th with 1 point. And then with no points are Carrasquedo, the Mexican driver, Fittipaldi, Bennett, Claro, Topias, is that his name? Taparis, Liu, and Gao, as well as the other 4 drivers who didn't have space to fit on the board. So that's the second weekend of Formula Regional Middle East. Thank you so much for watching. Pretty exciting weekend. I feel like Tappanen had a great weekend. Looks like he's really learning these Formula Regional cars really quickly. I feel like Barnard had a pretty sizable advantage pace-wise that opening weekend, given he was driving in Formula 3 last year. But it does feel like even though he's still fairly quick, it does feel like that advantage has kind of been whittled away a little bit. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.